Hi, friends. Hi. I'm Leah Fireheart. This is the Fire Kitchen. Today, I'm joined by my husband and moderator, Grugnard Gourmand, who I'm hoping is coming home on the train relatively shortly, and that I wasn't supposed to pick him up because I don't think we discussed that today, but we did discuss that yesterday, and so now I haven't heard the train, and so it just occurred to me to worry. And anyway, whatever. Let's hope he's coming home soon. Also, our puggle Chester, who was right there a second ago. Where did? Oh, he's sitting in the middle of the floor, but like further over there, which is fine. Um, hi, hello, hi. Today we're gonna be making some smoked tea, barbecue sauce, and ribs and hush puppies because I was in a stream over the weekend, Sunday, and our friend Paul STL made me want it, and so I was talking about a recipe that I had made years ago, and Paul was like, can I have that recipe, that one? And I was like, sure, I'll put it on the site. And then I was like, wait, why don't I just stream it on Tuesday? And so that's what we're doing. This is Paul's fault, for the record. Let me say hello to folks. Hold on a second. Let me scroll up, and then we'll talk some more. Okay. Des, hello, hi. Brigitte, hi. Molly, hi. Jane, hi. Dirtle, hello. Vix had to sign in on the new machine. Congratulations. Still so stoked about that. Can't wait to see what it can do. Let's see. Alice, hi. How are you? It's good to see you. Dirtle says, hello, Leah Fireheart. Hello, Leah's husband and moderator, Grognard Gourmand. And hello, Pugil Chester. So he's not a puggle anymore. He's a pugil. Do you blow on him and he toots? Is that how that works? Just checking. So, the last time I streamed was Saturday. I streamed on our friend Brigitte's channel. So hold on, let me give you a little shout out for Byron Mask. So we Brigitte had her first stream back in a while. It wasn't like, it was the first, I think, like scheduled stream in a year, I think, something like that. There had been some ad hoc unplanned streams in the meantime, but this was a planned one. We got to see Brigitte for the first time in a while. We got to hear about what's been keeping her from streaming. We played some Fortnite. It was great. Also, I have like dog hair in my lipstick, and it's really bothering me. Hold on a second. I need a mirror. You know when you can feel something like that, but you just can't find it? Yeah, like that's a problem. Anyway, so during the stream on Saturday, I wore my dinosaur onesie, and I did in fact consume beans on toast. So if you missed that, presumably Brigitte has VODs up on her channel, and you could go click that link right there that I handily provided for you a few moments ago, to check that out. I have to admit, I was less horrified by the beans on toast than I was by the canned corned beef, despite the fact that beans on toast was our $400 charity goal and the corned beef was lower than that. I didn't expect I expected the canned corned beef to be more appealing than it ended up being. I still ate it, but it wasn't my favorite thing. Right. Dirtle says, depends on where you blow the air into. On one side he will toot, but if you blow on the other side, he will bark. How about I don't blow on either one of those sides, Dirtle? Lord. Brigitte says cold corned beef, unseasoned. Brigitte, there was no improving that. There was no improving that. I don't care how much you cook it or season it. I Here's the thing. Okay, first of all, wait, let's go back just a little bit. Let's just go back a little bit before I start bitching about UK food again. So, so you guys, but before Saturday, and the reason that I was dressed in a dragon onesie on Saturday during the stream, for most of the stream, I got too hot and I had to take it off, but still, was that on Friday, I don't think any of you guys missed it, but if there's anybody who's lurking, you may have missed it, that we had a charity stream for my second stream anniversary. Heck yeah, I've been streaming for 2 whole years. Woohoo, go me. For World Central Kitchen, which is a disaster food relief charity. We ended up raising over $1,300. Somebody gave during Brigitte's stream on Saturday, so if you ended at the 1,200, I think it was 12, I can't remember what it was. I think it ended up being 13, I think it ended up being 13, 1269, I think is the total. I could look it up, but I'm not gonna, because it's just, anyway, it's not the precise dollar amount, except for the 69 cents is not like terribly important, but like over $1,300. I'm still floored, you guys, at the generosity of this community. Like, that's amazing. That's amazing. In the, like, I would say in 8 hours, but like there was also like there's a little bit on Saturday too. So Brigitte Cecilia is going to cosplay as the top half of Wonder Woman. I'm not. Also, hi Lassie. Hi. Yeah. And Kaylee. Hi. And Kaylee's cooking burritos for dinner. Yum. Delicious. So there was the charity stream on Friday, and so thank you to all of you who came and lended energy or a lurk, or let me promote it in your Discord, or shared a link on socials, or donated, or really anything. I'm struck that, should I talk about this? Maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave that. So anyway, my point is, I'm just absolutely floored by what you guys did, and so flattered that it happened in a space that I consider mostly, like, I mean, it's all of ours, but also it's mine. I have to go live for it to be there. So so I'm going to take that much responsibility, but I'm amazed and so grateful, and so thrilled. And I had this morning a representative from World Central Kitchen all up in my email being like, hi, you raised $1,300. Go you. We should have a conversation. So now I'm on some fundraisers list, which is honestly fine with me, because I think the charity is terrific. And so maybe in the future we'll do something else with them. We'll see what comes up. I think they do like an annual fundraiser, I think, like every Thanksgiving, something like that. So we might participate in that. We'll see. This may end up being kind of like our charity around here. So we'll see how that goes. Abby, hi. Vic says burritos for dinner sounds like a fantastic idea. I can always count on this stream to inform me of what I want to eat. There you go. We're providing a useful public service. I'm glad. Gorecki says, hello, fellow kids. Hi, Bussin, Gorecki, for real, on God, no cap. You're not Cheeks. Dirtle has been informed by his client that he prefers not being blown into anywhere. Instead, he'd rather have treats. Yes. Brigitte says, and that's why the next month's streams are going to be live from World Central Kitchen headquarters. I honestly could do that. Their world headquarters are in downtown Washington, D.C., and I live outside of that. So it's possible, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ask for that. That's not a thing we're going to do. Some random geek. Hi. How are you? Good to see you. Abia says, see, funnily enough, it was across the lake from my cottage to Scarborough. I see. Yes. And Lassie wants the internet to work. I'm gathering internet says no. Sorry about that. Abby says, I can't believe those words came out of Leah's mouth. You can't? Because honest to God, if some actual Gen Zer had heard me say that, they would be cowering in a corner due to psychic damage. Could I have delivered that in a more stilted way? I mean, I suppose I could have tried harder to make it more stilted, but we would have to rehearse, I think, in order to make that happen. Wait, Lassie says that's not cottage. Brigitte says, what the coincidence, I also live outside of Washington, D.C. Brigitte, you live a lot outside of Washington, D.C., like a lot. Correcty says that was beautiful. Thank you. I'm down with the kids. Durdle says my client wishes to support the fundraising effort by offering to eat a mountain of treats as a stretch goal. I think we did that. I think we did that. Okay, so that launches us into, I guess it was negative 20 psychic damage. Excellent. Dez is cowering in the corner, suffering from the damage. Amazing. Opting out says I'm Gen Z and I'm not psychically damaged. Also hi. Also liar. Okay. So Durdle brings up an important point. First of all, the dog is making noise behind me. Oh my God, look. Look at him. He's right there. Do you see him? Do you see the Chester?
Oh, what kind of dog is he?
He's French. With...
Brigitte says, get your YOLO Cheeks Booty Fire Kitchen merch or risk getting FOMO. You guys, I did have the idea. So, like, everybody who's anybody has merch, right? Everybody has merch. I don't have merch. Oh, well. Too bad for me. But the other day I was going through some old clips, and one of the clips was me saying, awesome sauce YOLO cheeks. And so I put it in big bubble letters, and it now says like awesome sauce YOLO cheeks. And I honestly thought it was so cute. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with it, but it made me laugh really hard. And so Brigitte is not wrong. There is extant pseudo design for potential merch out in the Ethernet. But I haven't done that. Oh, okay. Brigitte, in that case, everyone on Earth outside of Washington, D.C., besides the ones who live in D.C. That's true. That is true. You are right. I don't know why that says Earthling either. I'm going to blame mobile. It's probably autocorrect. Lassie doesn't understand FOMO. To a large extent, I don't really understand FOMO either. In some ways. In some ways, I don't understand it. Durdle has redeemed Set the Menu and is sending Leah on a wild goose chase for the recipe. Oh my God, you didn't. All right, hold on a second. Let me open this. Hold on a second. I gotta open this. I'm gonna do this in a second. Some random geek says you do understand FOMO. Epic Games weaponize FOMO in the fork knife item shop. I know they do, but like most of the time it doesn't work on me. Most of the time I'm like, Eminem in the item shop. What if he never comes back? Oh well. But there are times with the battle pass where I'm like, I have to finish the battle pass. I want that pink outfit. But by that point I've already paid for it. So, all right. Before we go on Durdle and Birtle Aminal Lawyers, Wild Goose Chase for the recipe, which I assume is a scavenger hunt through the website. I'm just guessing. I'm going to go through very quickly some little announcements. So we were talking about the fundraiser. So like I said, we did hit all of our stretch goals, all of our original stretch goals. We did set kind of an emergency one at the end at 1,500, but we didn't get there. So that's fine. That is totally fine with me, honestly. But we did hit the $500 goal, which is a grog cooking party. So Grog's going to take over the stream and cook for you guys. I might need to help a little bit just because like timing and stuff, but Grog's going to do a stream. And then we're going to do a 6-hour Mass Effect stream because you guys hit the $750 goal. That's not been scheduled yet, but we will do it. And then on March 17th, I'm not sure what time, but I think I'm going to do this on his actual birthday. Chester is having a birthday. So while Dirtle was like, Chester will have unlimited treats as a stretch goal. Well, we did that. It's Chester's birthday. He doesn't get unlimited treats, but he's going to get a lot of treats that day, y'all. A lot. So as I said, I'm not sure what time we're going to do it. I'm not sure how long the stream is going to be, but that's the plan, is for a Chester birthday party. So we're definitely going to do that. Put March 17th in your diaries, exactly.
Oh, what kind of dog is he?
He's French. With...
Lassie is too awesome for FOMO. I believe that. Abby says, I think FOMO is more prevalent IRL when it comes to your friends and peers doing things. That's true. Geek says, you missed out on getting Darth Vader. I don't care though. I don't want to be Darth Vader. Opting out says, if you add more Mass Effect, the time of the stream will seem longer from an external frame of reference. If you add more Mass Effect, the time of... This is probably a physics joke. I never took physics, so I'm guessing... Yeah, see, it's a physics joke. It says it right there. I never took physics. I took microbiology and marine biology. Physics sounded to me like math in a dress, and I didn't want any part of it, so I didn't take it. Gareki says, seeing that website just reinforces my suspicions of your credentials. I accuse you of being a quack lawyer, a sea Lionel Hutz, if you will. I'm pushing the pun button. You guys, this is supposed to be a chill stream. I was talking earlier, like I started to say earlier that like, I'm not physically tired. I mean, okay, so maybe I am a little bit physically tired. Like I slept a lot this weekend, and for some reason, whatever reason, this is like the strangest thing. The physical tiredness, I think, just manifested in me being constantly hungry for days. Just like all of Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I was starving for 3 days. Like I just never stopped eating. It was like breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, snack. It was like constant. I was hungry for 3 days. So I don't know what that was about. It hasn't been like that today, thankfully, because like it's so bizarre. But I think my brain is still a little bit offline, if I'm honest. I don't know if it's like the I was talking to Brigitte over the weekend, and I said that it kind of felt like when like you've heard actors talk about this, especially stage actors. When a show closes, there's like kind of an existential, I wouldn't call it sadness, but like an existential emptiness. That makes it sound really serious. I think it's less serious than that, but hopefully you guys are getting the gist of it. I spent so long preparing for that stream, and I was so nervous that it wouldn't go well, and then it went great, and it was just kind of like this emotional roller coaster that went on for like a week and a half, and I just think my brain just went, yo, hey, hang on, wait, time out. You're not planning anything. I don't care that you have outstanding redemptions. I don't care that you have actual like work to do. We're done for a while. So you can just chill. is kind of what happened. So I've been particularly more brainless than usual for the last couple of days. I keep leaving words out of sentences and it's just, anyway, whatever. It's fine. My point is, I wouldn't say that I'm like low energy today. I'm not low physical energy. I'm a little bit low mental energy. So we're going to do the best we can here. We'll just see. All right. So opting out says, yeah, I also did biology. Seemed to have more porpoise. All right. Brigitte's Simpsons reference. I don't know what's this. Des wants to know if my streams are ever chill. They are. They're chill. I mean, it's not like I'm all up in here cursing people out or, shouting or, except for, maybe massively rolling my eyes. But other than that, I'm, it's not chill. Turtle says I concede the possibility of my credentials being fishy. Brigitte says nothing wrong with the snack life. No, I mean, it's not. No, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with having 5 snacks in a day. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. My point is that I don't usually eat that way. Like, it's not usually like, it represented a marked change in my behavior. Greg, he says it's like that convention fatigue, perhaps. Brain can rest, and so it does. Yeah, like that. Oh, actually, that's a really good analogy, and one that actually fits a little better for me. So when I was in college, I ran Model United Nations conferences. I know you guys will be really surprised to hear that because I seem like such a nice, normal person. Not at all eccentric or nerdy, even in any little bit. Not even a little bit intense, just totally super chill all the time. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, and I do remember post convention. I mean, granted, there was also just a crap ton of physical exhaustion. I was exhausted because I would be like awake for 4 days straight, essentially. But you're right. It's a lot like that. It's a lot like post convention. A lot like that. Andy, hi, hello, hi. It's good to see you. Okay, Andy says, I went to the doctor's today. I said that I kept thinking about the green grass of home. He said, it sounds like Tom Jones syndrome. And I asked, is it rare? And he replied, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Okay, sorry, hi. At least I got it, right? It's a reference from the last century. Of course I got it. And thank you, Dirtle, and thank you, Brigitte, thank you. All right, Dirtle Birtle has redeemed. Set the menu. Help here. Wait, hold on a second. I'm throwing out. Hold on. I'm gonna. You guys need to help me. Come help me with this because, as I said,
I'll have what she's having.
Rapid fire fun facts: dragonflies cannot walk despite having 6 legs. A tiger's skin, as well as fur, has stripes. A starfish does not have a brain. The eye of an ostrich is bigger than its brain. Peanut oil is one of the key ingredients in making dynamite. The shortest war in human history lasted for only 38 minutes. The milk of the hippopotamus is pink in color. Taras from D&D used to be prey to something that can fly.
Lassie, thank you for the bits, and thank you for the facts. I have peanut oil in my fryer, but I'm making hush puppies, not dynamite, okay? Let's just be clear right now. Thank you, Dirtle. I think I have that on a button, and I think if I push the button that it'll do it, but it's supposed to shout it out whenever I tell it to. I could probably do it. Oh, you know what? I could do it from Lumia if I had to. Okay, but okay, you guys, click this link, please. Thank you. And let's go on a. I think we're talking here about a little. I think we're talking about a little scavenger hunt here. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be anything new on the front cover. It says Dirtle and Birtle Aminal Law Firm. So let's go. Okay, services. Feeding maximization. Let's see if there's anything under the read more. Because this seems plausible, right? Like the feeding one seems plausible. At Dirtle and Birtle Aminal Law Firm, we understand the injustice of human-pet feeding dynamic. That's why we offer our feeding maximization service dedicated to ensuring you receive food you deserve. Our experts will work with you to determine the best feeding plan for you, taking into account your unique dietary needs and preferences. Say goodbye to pet hunger and hello to feeding satisfaction with our feeding maximization service. Okay, so this is the same. Hold on, let me keep scrolling. No, I don't see anything here. I don't see anything here. Can we actually book this? Oh, it's not available for online bookings. So apparently Dirtle and Birtle Aminal Lawyer is at the Central Park Zoo. That's pretty funny. Some random geek says now that song is stuck in my head and immediately lurks. I'm sorry. Brigitte couldn't find the recipe. Oh no, if Brigitte couldn't find it, we're in trouble. All right, I'm clicking through to see if we can find this. Oh dear. Oh, maybe a refresh is in order? Okay. Because I've already been to something. Hold on. We're gonna refresh it. Oh, news and updates. Okay. All right. Okay. Fire kitchen invaded by umlauts. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Wait, hold on a second. Zuri nuts let's with Rosti on the menu. I'm probably massacring that and I'm sorry. Grecky's money is on it being a box of dog treats. Brigitte's money is on a box of donuts. Y'all were both wrong. So, opting out gets all the money, I guess. Okay. Exciting developments in the streaming world. Leah Fireheart, a well-known member of the culinary fork knife community, has announced that she'll be adding a new dish to her menu. You're gonna have to record this for me so that I don't keep trying to like fumble my way through it. A popular Swiss dish famous for containing all the German umlauts. We are thrilled to be a part of her journey and look forward to assisting her in any legal matters. Leah has neither confirmed nor denied that she'll learn to pronounce the umlauts in time. I'm glad you knew how difficult that I was going to find this. To prepare the dish live on stream, she will find the corresponding recipes here and here. Turtle, I love you so much. You're so great. So great. This is so great. And it's even in English. I don't have to cook it in German, thank God. Okay. Veal, flour, onion, mushroom, white wine, cream. Okay, well we can sub that out. I've used almond milk in situations like this before. Stock, salt and pepper, and parsley. And then what's this? Grated fried potato pancake. Super good. This looks super good. I'm so excited. Potatoes, nutmeg, salt, and pepper, and a fat to cover your pan. I can definitely do this. Dirtle, thank you. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. Okay, hold on. I have a list of things going that I need to actually like schedule. So let me write this one on the list of things that I need to schedule because I have pancake cakes. I have a Chester birthday party. I have the Grog cooking stream. I've got a Mass Effect stream. I've got Legos with my friend Paul STL. And then I also eventually have to get to Leah's Lego Fortnite decorating deathmatch. So we're going to write down here Dirtle's set the menu. And then, wait, can you see where I put the umlauts right here? Right there. Opting out says, what the fuck am I gonna do with money? You're gonna donate it to a charity? Maybe? Pro Ninja, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Brigitte says, is the Tarrasque one a theory? And Lassie says, yes. I'm willing to hear this theory. Gareki says it works like Bitcoin, but you can throw it in fountains. Opting out says you should make latke those potato pancakes. Torture. Dirtle says, I highly recommend going through the entire article for each recipe. That woman knows what she's talking about. I sifted through like a dozen websites of recipes in English before finding her. Okay, I will 100%. I won't just be like, this is probably a person talking about her dog, and just scroll through to the recipe and make the recipe. I will actually read the thing. Dirtle approves of menu. Okay, thank you. Opting out says it works like Bitcoin, so it doesn't work. Yeah, like that. Precisely. Next name change needs a dozen umlauts. Can you do that on Twitch? Breath says, did I hear deep fried potato pancakes? Placky. No, we're making rosti, which I guess is Swiss. Lassie says, predators have forward eyes, preys have side eyes. Tarrasque has eyes on the side, and they have back spikes. Why have back spikes if not evolved to protect yourself from sky attacks? Lassie, this is unassailable logic. I don't know how anyone hasn't ever heard of this before or decided this before. Vic says, I probably said this before, but I really like that fox shirt. I also really like this fox shirt. It's a sweater. It's like warm and cozy, but it's not too warm and cozy, which I like. Opting out says sexual selection. Opting out, can you describe in detail from your perspective as an actual factual biology person how that would work? I'm going to regret everything about this, aren't I? Some Random Geek says, before I go back to work, Leah, it was fun finally getting to play Fork Knife with you, Des, and friends on Sunday. Yes, it was amazing. Thank you again. Yeah, so Some Random Geek and definitely Des and Gareki, and I'm trying to think who else. There was somebody else too. There were 4 of us, weren't there? I can't remember who else was there. Oh, Katie. It was Katie. It was Seabells. We're playing, inadvertently ended up on Some Random Geek stream on Sunday, but we really had a good time. So thank you. I'm glad you accepted the invitation. Brigitte says, ooh, yay, I'm a friend. You are. Yeah. Hey, Grog. I think he's home. Hold on. Hi. How are you? Hey. How was work? You on break? No. I'm on camera. Ah. I want a hug. Hi. Hi. How are you? Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Oh, what kind of dog is he?
He's French. With...
All right, so thus we have entered the procrastination portion of this stream. Because there were so many redemptions. Geeks is inadvertently, someone had my stream on in the background when I accepted the invite. No, I know, but you know what? So here's what happened. So here's the thing. Not that I didn't want to play with you or that I didn't want to be in your stream, because I honestly, all of those things were totally fine. But what happened was I was trying to invite a different friend. And I clicked on your name instead and it sent the invite and I went, oh my God, oh no, some random geek is streaming. It's going to like show up on the stream and he's going to be like, I don't know if I should accept this and there's going to be panic. And I'm like, oh, I've inadvertently created panic. And then it was fine. So there was no panic and it was fine. But I felt really bad because I was like, oh no, what have I done? So yeah, no, but it's all good. It's all good. But yes, I did have your stream on when I was listening to your stream while I was playing. Brett says the Europeans steal so many famous foods from each other, it's not even funny. You should do a food stream study where you try the different variations of a single dish from different cultures, like potato pancakes from all around Europe, one each. This is like a lot of potato. And I know that there are definitely people in our community who would be on board with that level of potato, but that's a lot of potato. And also, I don't know, I'm not a culinary historian, and I would assume that there's a fair amount of disagreement about like what came first, whose came first, and everyone thinks theirs came first, and that just sounds like a culinary minefield full of peanut oil based dynamite. Yes, it's Jane hype. It's just like Grog hype, Brigitte. It's just like Grog hype. Some random geeks, this is a happy little accident, as Bob Ross would say. Yes, this is a happy little accident. Exactly. Brigitte says you could just cut to the chase and just bake a potato. I could, but here's the problem. I really like baked potatoes with like cheese and sour cream and stuff that Grog can't eat, so I don't know what to do for a dairy-free potato. A dairy-free baked potato just sounds sad to me. He says he can have his with just butter. That doesn't sound boring. Really? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I could bake potatoes then. Right. So, as I was saying before I was, Brigitte says you don't like a basic baked potato. I'm all up in the mix that thing up with all the sour cream and cheese and chives and bacon in the world. I am team eat. No, Brigitte, no tuna mayo and no beans. No, those things do not belong on baked potatoes. I have to finish this sentence, and opting out just said something that I have to read, and I'm not arguing with you right now about whether or not tuna fish belongs on a baked potato. All right. Okay, opting out, so there's a lot to that. I picked sexual selection because it can often emphasize extant traits. In the end, though, there's an overarching cautionary tale about how we sometimes see stories where there aren't. I'd recommend The Spandrels of San Marco and the Panglossian Paradigm for anyone wanting to dip their toes into evolutionary biology, specifically one aspect of such ideas at a fairly accessible level. That was actually a serious comment. That was not what I was expecting. I don't regret that at all. Ha! Another happy accident. Some random geek says baked potato with butter, chives, and bacon bites. Brigitte says I'm sure Jim would have other British suggestions. Then let's not ask Jim, shall we? Brett says I'm not saying who came first or do many. Just pick like the top 3 recipes you'd like to try and see which one you favored more in a first, second, or third place kind of way. That's an idea. Tuna mayo is a long stand. No, not here. It isn't. Des says tuna fish absolutely does not belong on a potato. I will gladly eat beans and toast before that. Thank you, Des. I will also eat beans on toast before that. Actually, as it turns out, the beans on toast wasn't bad. It wouldn't be my preferred food, but like once I added the cheese and the Worcestershire sauce to it, it wasn't as bad. Vic says sometimes these concoctions make me think of that gross game that kids in Jack play where they mix all the crap in the tub and eat it. Oh my God. King, hi. Gorecki says, do Americans say tuna fish to distinguish it from another kind of tuna? I don't know. I usually just say tuna, but I know other people say tuna fish, and I'm not going there either. Lassie says, I'm sure I missed stuff. Had to run outside. Heard a cat screech. Everything's fine. Though one of the cat's tail got run over by Anika. The cat's not hurt. I am glad the cat is not hurt. Abby says, how about Alu I don't know how to say that either. Choka? It's like a South Asian style mashed potatoes with onions and chili and spices and such. That sounds delicious. Some random geek says I do tuna and mayo because of my allergies to eggs and tuna, but baked beans on a baked potato, I'd be down for that. Their baked beans are not the same as ours, though, which I didn't realize. I assumed that they were going to be like ours, and they're not. They're distinctly less flavorful. Lassie says I would argue baked beans might be good on a potato. Of course you would. Of course you would. Turncoat. Brigitte says sometimes a tuna mayo has chopped spring onions or sweet corn in it. No. Night Captain Andrew says, speaking of baked potato, I recently found out about sweet potato tornadoes and have meaning to try and make them. Tornadoes are amazing. One of the places where we drink sometimes makes them. Okay, I'm falling rapidly behind in chat. Okay, hold on a second. Oh, good Lord. Okay, I'm just going to have to probably skip past people saying hello to each other. Opting out says, so carp and mayo on a potato? I wasn't paying attention. Was consensus reached? Help. How's it going? We're talking about putting tuna on a potato. How do you think it's going? Vix wants to do a poll, tuna versus tuna fish. Grog says, let's put dill in your tuna mayo baked potato. Yes. Some random geek says, is this chicken or fish? I know it's tuna, but is it chicken or fish? Okay. Lassie says, and Leah sure likes the place where the hobbits Shire, like the place where the hobbits live in Lord of the Rings. No, it's Worcester sauce. That's how you say it. Worcester sauce. Okay, but now Jane wants baked potatoes. I'm sorry, Jane. Geek says it's like the chicken of, it says it's chicken of the sea. I thought it was chicken from the sea. Press this one comes from the Atlantic and the other from the Pacific. Okay, but what about tuna on toast? I prefer tuna not on toast, but you can toast it if you have to. Yes, Worcester sauce, exactly. Brigitte says, look, the potato and the tuna coexist peacefully in nature. It makes sense they'd coexist in a British cafe meal. No! Well, tuna on a bagel. Fish on a bagel isn't as horrifying to me as beans on a bagel. Okay, you guys don't want me to taste these pickled cockles either, do you? Because that's where we're going with this. That's where I'm trying to go with this. That's where I've been trying to go with this for the last 20 minutes. No, for the last, hold on, let me look here. For the last 40 minutes, I've been trying to get to this place of tasting a pickled cockle. Yes, cockle time. Exactly. Lassie says, I've always been pro baked beans, and no, you're wrong. Leah, Chester is not a sauce. Yes, Worcester sauce. Gareki wants to know what a tuna nut is, and why do you eat it on toast? Help. Geek says, I love baked potatoes too, baked yams, and baked sweet potato too. All of those things are good. Vic says, tuna salad on a bagel, sure, but just like tuna on one? No. Yeah, tuna salad, yes. I don't really eat like just plain tuna. It's always kind of in a salad, right? Most of the time. Pickled cockles on a bagel. No. Brigitte says, get the cockles out. Do you have to candy them? I'm not candying the fucking cockles. You guys are terrible. You're such trolls. I'm getting a beer. We're not sponsored here, but this is the 60-minute IPA from Dogfish Head Bake Brewery. It's a pretty big brewery. It used to be a small brewery, but now it's like a big brewery. Whatever, it's fine. It's an IPA, and it's going to help me wash down this nonsense that I agreed to try thanks to your guys' lovely generosity. Okay. Some random geek has to go back to work. I'd go back to work too if I were you, because this is gross. Lassie says maybe a donut, not a sauce. Vic says I eat a lot of salted tuna. Grog says somebody clip that. You're sitting at your computer. You can clip that. Don't you know how clips work? Jane says I really only eat tuna in tuna salad or tuna noodles or sushi. Just so no, we've driven her to drink. Yeah, you guys totally have. Vic says Arrogant Bastard has some really good IPAs. I like all IPAs on. This just happens to be what's in my fridge. Because y'all raised, I think this was the $400 redemption for the charity thing. And we did so many redemptions that day that it spilled over into Brigitte's stream the next day. This is the last. I'm going to go ahead and use Wayward Python's word for it and call it a forfeit. Gareki wants me to hydrate first. Good idea. I'm opening this jar. Wait, should I put the food cam on for this? I probably should. All right, here's the thing. I don't know what this is going to be like. I'm not going to draw it out. My temptation is to like open it and smell it and poke it and stuff and figure out what I can figure out via my other senses. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do, Lassie. Precisely. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a swig of my beer. I'm going to pop open that jar. I'm going to stick this toothpick in. I'm going to put one in my mouth and have another sip of beer. That's what's going to happen. If it's terrible, if it's not terrible, we might eat another one. But that's what's going to happen. Breath went to a Japanese restaurant once where they deep fried pickled cockles in tempura batter. That's what Kara wanted me to do. And there are plenty of them. So we could still do that, but not today. All right. Bottoms up, friendos. Those are totally fine. This is so much better than the canned corned beef, you guys. Yeah, okay, so Brett says it's basically baby clams and vinegar. It's baby clams and vinegar. I like both of those things. I like seafood and vinegar together. I make a tuna fish thing that has vinegar in it, so... Vic says, what is this exactly? It's a pickled cockle. Pickled cockles. Famed bar snack of Wales. It's actually really not bad. Grog, I don't know if you'd like it because you're not super into like pickled stuff. But like if you put a little, if you put a little dish of these in front of me in a Welsh pub and you were like, here, dear, have a bowl of pickled cockles with your beer, I would be like, okay. And I would probably eat all of them because they're actually not bad. Daddy issued. I'm at the supermarket, but I wanted to say hi. Oh, you're Santi, by the way. Yay! Also, hi, hello, new name. Hello, hello, hi, hello. I just ate pickled cockles and it wasn't bad. Like a baby clam. So probably a texture roadblock. I guess if you don't like shellfish, because it is shellfish textured, it's a little bit sandy, can be a little bit sandy. But okay, so Grog says a cockle is an edible marine bivalve mollusk. Although many small edible bivalves are loosely called cockles, true cockles are a species in the family Cardidae. True cockles live in sandy sheltered beaches throughout the world. All that for that. Hey, I'm not gonna like enact some kind of theater, right? I'm not gonna be like, ew, this is so disgusting, blah, I'm gonna vomit. You know, no, they're fine. Just like the beans on toast, once I put the cheese and the Worcestershire sauce on it, we're fine. The corned beef though, I wouldn't choose to eat again. These I might. These would be great like on a cheese platter. Like if you were to just kind of like, instead of olives or something, That would be great. I would go. I would go for it. Brett says you usually eat those on the small flat breaded croutons. I see. Interesting. Optiel says I was getting a little weirded out there with all the things Leah doesn't like. The world is now starting to make more sense again. Oh, I see. Okay. So I think I freaked out opting out. I'm not actually that picky.
Can I interest any of you in fruit or dessert?
Hello, Der Fast Food Bossy YouTube. Hi, hello, welcome to here. Crown, Pearl, oh gosh, I don't have my glasses on. Knocked, Daimler. Oh, is this perhaps a German language channel? Yes, it might be. Okay, so Opting House is the one bar I used to work. A beer company paid to have an oyster bar brought in once a year. One year in particular, the bar was dead, and I suggest they set it up right near the door. What? Hello from Germany. Hello. Hi. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry, I don't actually speak a lot of German. Thank you for the follow, or really any German, but welcome. I speak a little bit of French. We're tasting pickled cockles today, which are Welsh. Hey, Dirtle, will you put the name of that dish in chat? We just had a set the menu redemption for a Swiss dish. So we are an international place here, but I happen to be in the US. Hello and welcome, and thank you for the follows, you guys. How was your stream? What were you doing? Can I get a quick shout out for for Der Fast Food? Oh, you did. Can you do it again so that I can see it, because it scrolled too fast and I missed it. What were you doing? Did you have a good stream? Food and drink. What did you make? For those of you who are new here, I'm Leah Fireheart. I do a lot of cooking here on this channel. We had a charity stream. We raised money for World Central Kitchen on Friday, and I didn't get to finish doing the rewards. My community raised $1,300 US, so that was kind of amazing. But one of the things was they had to taste these pickled cockles, and we just didn't get to it, so that's what I was just doing. It was great. It was totally fine. I thought I was going to be grossed out by them, but they were delicious. So, oh well. Okay. Dirtle says, I bet the Germans will struggle with the Swiss German pronunciation, but they're welcome to try. Zuri, it's the GS that's really throwing me off here. I would say Schnatzlitz mit Rosti. And but the GS is throwing me off. Leah has suddenly been overstimulated today. Leah has been overstimulated for 4 days. I've been so overwhelmed, you guys. Okay, bye, Lassie, bye. Carrot cake with ginger cream cheese frosting, roasted stuffed turkey breast, and caramelized vegetables. That sounds amazing as always, Lassie. It's really good to see you. Thank you for coming by and saying hi. Right. It's not a GS, it's a GSCH. SCH is pronounced like English, SH. So it's sh. So do you say the G, or is it silent like it would be in English? Like nice, like the rock. Aha. Zuricher get Oh, I really don't speak any German. This is driving me crazy. Okay, G is in Guten Tag. Okay, so, oh gosh, I've lost it again. Geschnatzlitz. Good gracious. Right. Okay, so first of all, right. Hi. As I said, I do a lot of cooking here on this channel. I also do some gaming. I sort of missed any chatter about, wait, hold on a second. Let me scroll up. You guys, I feel like I'm the worst possible host right now. Everything's complete chaos. Okay, let's scroll up. Nice to meet you. Let's see. There's the shout out. How was the stream? How was the stream and what did you make? I think I might have missed that in all the chaos. Right. I'm gonna put these cockles in the fridge. I don't think seafood, pickled or otherwise, probably ought to be out on the counter for too terribly long once I've opened it. So let's do that. I'm just gonna have to call you Daddy. Is that okay? Or should I still call you Santi? Too far for changing cue, but I'm also hungry and bored. No. Okay, so I'm not supposed to call you Daddy, so I should call you Santi? Santi is good, okay. The jar did say refrigerate after opening. Yeah, that was predictable. Right. So here's the thing. I actually have to go to an ad break here in just a second. The way that we do ad breaks here is we make sure that nobody misses anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run a 3-minute ad. Those of you who are subscribed will see like clips and stuff. Those of you who are not subscribed may see some ads. Sorry about that. Twitch is going to run them whether I want them to run them or not, either at the beginning of the stream or like, I mean, when somebody first comes into the stream or like when they reload the window or whatever. So we just take an ad break once an hour. So let's go ahead and do that. And then when we come back, maybe we'll actually do some cooking instead of just standing here chatting. Maybe. All right. I'll be right back. There are a lot of things in the world to be outraged over. I don't need to expend energy on fruit. So Nether says, you know what happens when in Clue or Cluedo, depending on territory, you've correctly proved that it's not the yellow character? I don't know, Nether.
They got the mustard.
Nether, you're a genius. That was so good. That was so good. I should just end stream now. Nothing I say is going to be better than that. I noted this weekend that electrical appliances work better when you plug them in. Did you know that oven burners also work better when you turn on the right burner? I turned on the front one instead of the back one.
Time for my usual public service announcement. What would James Bond do? James Bond.
Let it out! Let the disco happen!
Thank you for the wonderful timing for that. As I was saying, James Bond would order shaken, not...
Dr. Andy just shouted me out. So if you're not following Leah Fireheart, please consider following. She's charming and plays games and cooks tasty looking food. And here's something for you to read out. Oh God. Which witch wished which wicked wish? How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? You forget that my mother was a preschool teacher before she was a lawyer. He would chuck as much as he could as chuck as much wood as a woodchuck would if a woodchuck could chuck wood. There you go. And I can actually do that one from memory, but it's like my version of it is slightly different from yours, which is how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck? So, our friend Santaquin has this ridiculous jump scare redeem that where the guy says, you know, you almost made me drop my croissant. Okay, Grog will do it, but I'm not gonna.
Drop my croissant! That actually jump scared me. I hate you. In fact, you should probably clip that for Santa.
It's a bread end party. I don't even put anything on it. There's no butter or anything. It's just so fresh. You just make it today. Hi, welcome back. Right. I suspect that hopefully whoever came in on the raid has either has gone off to do whatever, or has chosen to stick around for a little bit. If Der Fast Food, you need to take off, thank you for trusting me with your community. Have a glass of water, have a snack, tend to yourself and your other members of your household, and hopefully we will see you again soon. I definitely followed you back during that break, so I'll come and check out your stream too. It's really nice to meet all of you, and thank you again for coming by. So here's the thing. We actually do have to cook today, and we have to cook a fair amount of stuff. And so I probably should have started earlier than this, but there we are. Dirtle sent me pronunciation samples. Thank you. Thank you. I will listen to those after stream. Okay, so here we go. We are right now making lapsang souchong barbecue sauce. Smoked tea barbecue sauce, because I'm apparently slaughtering every language today. And I adapted this recipe specifically for the review of a particular book. Santi says 1 hour before cooking is not actually as bad as it has been. Yeah, you're right. That's true. It's true. Brigitte can also send pronunciation samples for tuna mayo and jacket potato if you like. I speak fluent English, Brigitte, and I'm not about to try to say it your way because I'm not British. Okay. So in a medium saucepan, so we're going to get a medium saucepan. Brigitte is doubting that I speak fluent English. Really good. I really do like. Oh, Go Shunk. Go Shunk also wants to give me pronunciation lessons. Potatoes. I see. Hi, Go Shunk. Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Opting else is you can't actually declare a timing though until she actually at least touches an ingredient. I touched an olive oil. I'm putting olive oil in a pan. Here. Timing. We're doing a cook. We're cooking a cook. We're cooking. Look, watch me cook. Wait, that's what you guys came here for, right? Did you come here to watch me cook? Or did you just come here to watch me eat pickled cockles and make faces? Because that could also be a thing. All right, I have to dice an onion. All right, here we go. Okay, Santi says, did you read the explanation to my new name? Yes, I did. I read it on the break, but it has scrolled up now and I can't read it again, but I did. And we are going to call you Santi from now on. Tuner mayo in it govna. Thank you, Dirtle. Yeah, we're boiling them and mashing them and sticking them in a stew. I don't actually have any potatoes right now. We're not making anything with potatoes today. We're making things with tea and corn. Jane says I'm here for the cockles and the faces, obviously. Yes. Yes, you obviously are.
I'll have what she's having.
Okay, Google, turn Goss Hunks lights on and play Despacito.
Turtle says you do cooking on this channel. Santi says I'm very much not a daddy yet. Okay, good. Then we'll avoid that. Thank you for the bits, Brigitte. I appreciate it. And also for turning Go Shunk's lights on because it's probably dark there, given how late it is. on that side of the world. You have to bean ban at the start of the message or it won't do it. Gareki says when you can say bottle of water like you've made it. Leah, did I do it? Did I do it right? Goshunk says, thank you for turning my lights on. It's very dark in Scotland. I would assume it is very dark in Scotland. I didn't turn on the heat. So let's turn on the heat. We're cooking onions now. I did it. I definitely did do it. I did it. Let's throw the onion in the pot here. Such chaos. Such absolute chaos. I thought this was gonna be chill. This was supposed to be a chill stream, and instead it's an hour into stream and we're just starting to cook now. This is fine. Everything's fine. It's not like this wasn't totally predictable because it happens every time. Grog says, I mean, Scotland is like 10 clicks south of the Arctic Circle, right? Brigitte says, depends on how far you can kick. I mean, Scotland is pretty far north. Yes, but I don't think we're allowed to kick Goshunk. That seems like a bad idea. Turtle says, remind me, start planning for an hour before starting any cooking on stream. Okay. So for the most part, I have done a pretty good job of doing that lately. I have been trying to cook much simpler, much shorter recipes. However, today, I did not do that. Today, I picked something slightly longer and slightly more complicated and still didn't get started cooking for an hour. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. All right, we're supposed to use a teaspoon of garlic. That's way more than a teaspoon of garlic, but that's gonna be fine. Yeah, don't kick Goshunk. She bruises like a peach. Wait, I have a peach. Wait, hold on. I have to find where's my mod view? There it is. It's easier to do it here. Like this. Brigitte says, I'm fairly sure don't kick Goshunk is a rule here. Don't kick, command don't kick Goshunk. Hashtag justice for Goshunk. Grog says, I'm pretty sure if we kicked Peach, she'd kick our asses. I agree. Don't kick Peach. Don't kick Peach either. Dirtle says, but would she bruise? Grog says, I think she's too tough. She's pretty tough, but she's also pretty little. Woohoo! Sanji's left the supermarket. Excellent. Wait, what'd you buy? Wait, you probably have to like drive home or go on a bus or something. Jane says, everyone keep your feet to yourself. Thank you, Jane. That is probably the most mod-like thing you've done. I appreciate it. I appreciate you telling everyone to keep their feet to themselves. Or like a preschool teacher. By the way, hi, Mom. My mom's a lawyer now, but she used to be a preschool teacher. Like ages ago. Like when I was a little kid. Practically before I was a little kid. Brigitte says, Peach says she couldn't kick people's butts. Santi says, now I'm treating myself to some peanuts as a recompense. That sounds delicious. I have to cycle home, but not yet. Okay. Jane says, I won the shout out race once. Heck yeah. GG. Hi mom, how are you? I almost, so you guys, my mom sent me something. So for my 2-year stream anniversary, I decided to do a charity thing, but my mom sent me a present. And so I got a present in the mail over the weekend. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is because I'm going to wear it for Chester's birthday party. Okay. So you guys will see on the 17th what my mom sent me for my stream anniversary, but it's very cute and I liked it a lot. So I'm just teasing you again. Hold on. I have to make sure that these don't actually brown. I just want them to cook until they are translucent. So give me a second here. I think I might actually have to turn the heat down a little bit. I'm also not actually sure that I have as much tomato paste as I need, but whatever. We'll work with what we've got. The other thing that I'm going to do, because we can technically do this in multiple steps here, is I'm actually going to grab my, hang on, I need a plate. I'm going to reach behind the camera right here. Okay. I'm going to get my ribs out because we can actually start to bake the ribs while the barbecue sauce is going, because we're not actually going to add the barbecue sauce until the end. Jane says also, I used to be a preschool teacher too. I'm no stranger to telling people to keep their feet to themselves. Oh my God. So it's a universal preschool teacher thing, huh? Hun, can you grab me a napkin? I mean, not a napkin, a Band-Aid. A couple of weeks ago, I burned my arm when I was pulling cookies out of the oven. And for whatever reason, it had just like the littlest, tiny little scab. And it keeps getting caught on stuff. And so I keep bleeding all over myself, which is probably not ideal. Thanks. Just going to put that on my forearm here just so that I keep from bumping it every 30 seconds. Okay. And I'm looking for scissors. Okay. Right. So you guys, this is baby back ribs. They're pork ribs. Actually, hold on. Let me grab a baking tray here. Put that here. Let me actually throw the garlic in with the onion so that I can get this out of the way. Just getting just a little bit brown. I'm going to take that off the heat for a moment. Okay. All right. Okay. Santi says Peanut having selfie is up on Discord. Heck yeah. Wait, Gareki says metal AF. What's metal AF? Being a preschool teacher? Because I agree. Hello, Hair Socrates. Thank you for the follow. Also, Santi face reveal. Heck yeah. Although I follow you on Instagram, I think now, so I think I've seen your face. But I will 100% check that out in Discord after stream. Brigitte says no live and saying that all day. Ask poor Gareki. Yes. Leah's baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. Do they still do that? Do they still? I'm relatively certain the commercial doesn't exist anymore, but yes, that's what we're making. Oh. Yes, not sponsored by Chili's. Not, yeah, forgot about the Instagram. Yeah. Okay, so here, usually I would just do this over the sink, but I want you guys to actually be able to see what I'm doing. So hang on a second while I cut this open. I have to cut the package open over the sink because it can be kind of messy. But give me a second here, and then I'll do this on camera so that you guys can see what I'm doing, because this is kind of tricky. It's kind of a tricky thing. Let me grab this so that I don't drip anywhere. Okay. So we have here our ribs. This is the underside, and there's like a membrane right here. And you can usually just kind of pull it up with your fingers. It's not like difficult. Yeah. And the thing is that, like, I guess technically you could probably like not take this off. But for me, I find that it's better to do it because it kind of like shrinks and toughens up in the oven, which is not ideal. And so for like tenderness purposes, I just prefer to take it off. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking the membrane off. And you can see it just kind of comes right up. It's like it's not that bad. Okay. And then we're actually going to bake them like that. Let me wash my hands because I'm going to need to get some spices out. And we always wash our hands after handling raw meat. That's just how we do here. With soap, even though you guys can't see it. Okay. Okay. Sandy is cycling home. Heck yeah. I hope I don't die. I also very much hope you don't die. Yes. Omega says Kamesy has a nice redeem for baby back ribs. Seriously? I did not know that. I'm gonna have to get that from her. That's funny. Vlam, hi, hello. I had to Google about what hush puppies were. I had no idea. It looked like it does. Yeah, they're like corn dumplings, but fried. I don't know what the analogy would be, honestly. Okay, thankfully Grog has supplied us with a Wikipedia entry. A hush puppy, or hush puppy, is a small, savory, deep-fried round ball made from cornmeal-based batter. Hush puppies are frequently served as a side dish with seafood and other deep-fried foods. Or ribs. Anyway, okay, so let's season this. I'm gonna grab a little bowl, little tiny bowl. And then we're going to get some measuring spoons. Oh, wait, no, these ones will work. These ones will work. Okay, so I need a tablespoon of brown sugar. We'll get back to the barbecue sauce in a second, but I want to make sure we get the ribs in the oven because I'm feeling a little bit behind. Little bit behind schedule. Where is the chili powder? Here it is. It says it's Southern food. Yes, Southern U.S. for sure. No question. Thus named because if your dog is bugging you while you're cooking, you can toss it one of these and say, "Hush, puppy." And it will chew on them and stop yammering at you for a moment. Our dog, however, is not allowed in the kitchen, so he does not yammer for human food, luckily for us. Yeah, and I am not from the South, as you might guess. If you know anything about American accents, I'm actually from California, but I like hush puppies, and so we're gonna make them today. Grog's is the first recorded use of the word hush puppy dates to 1899. The name has no verified origin. Yes, mostly associated with Southern food. Yeah. Grog says, note, we will not be feeding Chester any hush puppies. That's true. Names make sense after explanation. You're not from the South either. Where are you from? You don't have to tell me, but I always like to ask if people mention. A tablespoon of salt. That seems like a lot. No, I guess that's not a lot of salt. I'm going to use kosher salt though, because I think chunky salt's going to be better here. I used to have a recipe for ribs. It's really delicious. that I would make in the Instant Pot. However, our Instant Pot died. So I'm attempting today to make these in my oven, and we will see if I miss the Instant Pot after making these in the oven. Half a tablespoon of pepper. I'm out of cayenne, but that's okay. I'm just gonna eyeball this. That's too big a grind. That's like a heckin' salad grind. A little bit of pepper. In theory, half a teaspoon, but we can guess. I don't have any cayenne, so we're just going to leave that out today. And then half a tablespoon of tea, which we are going to grind in the coffee maker, which is over here behind the mixer, which I had to move to fit the fryer. So we're just going to hang on a second here. Hang on a second. Just a little bit of patience while I maneuver. Hopefully that's nice and fine, but we'll find out. There's just a handy dandy little automatic spice grinder back here that we use for coffee beans. But as you see, this is not fine at all. Interesting. Okay, well I know the food processor does it, so let me just use this one instead. Hold on. Usually I thought this was how I did this before, but maybe not. Very smoky though. All right. So we're just going to try a couple of different appliances until we get what we want. Here we go. This is closer. Okay. So we're just going to grind this up really, really fine. You can see it's like, I don't know, like about fine pepper grind consistency. And we're just going to go ahead and rub this with that. The theory here is a lot like, coffee ground rubs are a thing with ribs. And so this is a similar concept, but we're using tea instead. Okay. All right. You're from the Netherlands. Heck yeah. Yes, in the EU. We have a lot of friends from the Netherlands, oddly. There's at least 2 other people who are integral to this community who I don't believe are here at the moment. But yeah, there's just a lot, we know a lot of people from the Netherlands, surprisingly. Grog says we have several Nederlanders who regularly show up here. You're colonizing again. Colonizing Twitch is probably allowed and less problematic than Indonesia. Yeah. Oh, and you want New York back. Okay. Well, we can negotiate that. We have a few people in New York too. Goreki says, "Oh, I had heard that old New York was once New Am." I'm just moving on. Rotterdam Hill was derived from a city inside the country. Really? Snow, hi, good morning. Hi, hello. All right, so I have here a spice rub that I'm going to rub on my, oh wait, hold on a second. I need to preheat the oven to 400 degrees. Let's do that now. How are you, Snow? It's so good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Right, so here's our spice mixture. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub this all over the ribs on both sides. Probably more on this side than on the other side. Snow is heckin' sleepy, but awake. I'm not precisely sleepy, but I will say I'm not entirely all 100% here today. Mentally, if I'm honest. It was a very long weekend. for me. There was a lot going on. And so, yeah. And so I'm a little bit not as on the ball as I usually am. Hence my having problems with keeping up with chat. Having trouble keeping up with all y'all today. Not that that's new. Hobby says, someone say something about New York. Yes, we're giving it back to our new friend from the Netherlands. I hope that's cool with you. I mean, y'all have things like healthcare and stuff, right? That's probably a good thing. Do you have like cool family leave policies and other things that like other European countries have? Because if you do, I'm moving to New York, and yes, you can definitely have it back. Because I have say in such matters, being queen as I am of this entire 5 by 12 foot kitchen. Brigitte wants to know how the snack thief art is coming along. Brigitte, are you able to catch some of Snow's?
Stick with me, and you'll never go hungry again.
Anonymous, thank you for gifting that sub to Abby. I appreciate you. Thank you. Abby, enjoy your emotes and your ad-free viewing. Brigitte, are you able to catch some of Snow's streams when you wake up in the morning? Because of the way that the time zones overlap with Snow's stream schedule. Snow says, haven't had a chance to work on it since last night and got distracted with the start of an emote. Oh, fun, new emote. Vlam says, you have a 25 or 30 days or more holiday days. We don't have that many holidays. Yeah, let's just all up and move to the Netherlands. Yes, please. Which you have to spend and can transfer max 10 days to next year. So they not only give you holiday days, you actually have to take them. Unlike here where they give you holiday days, but they're like, you're not allowed to actually go on vacation. We need you right now. We're too busy always, no matter what your job is. Brigitte says, so I'm confident giving the shout out. Wait, what? Oh, well, I mean, it's Snow. I mean, of course you'd be confident giving the shout out. Right. Firebot wants us to have some water. No, I'm kidding. That's beer. We'll have water too. Molly's the same in Sweden and the whole of the EU, or at least a lot of it. Yeah, that sounds pretty dang good to me. But yes, thank you, Anon. And yeah, Molly says a lot of it. Yeah, I mean, I imagine it varies somewhat, but I guess a lot of those things are like required by EU law, right? What an amazing place. Okay, so we're gonna bake these for 30 minutes. That doesn't really seem like long enough, but I guess we'll see. I'm gonna set these aside for just a few minutes while we finish our barbecue sauce. So I'm just gonna put those over there on the sink. Vlam says we have better food regulation in the EU than the EU. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So my husband and I actually lived in London, but before Brexit happened, after the vote, but before it actually started to like be enacted. And we were amazed at the quality of produce and meat and stuff coming out of the EU. So we would get like a lot of things from France and Spain and Portugal and that kind of thing, just because of the growing seasons. And yeah, it was amazing. It was honestly amazing. In fact, I came home to the US after that 6 months and had horrible stomach problems. like my system was just like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be. And then I came home and I was like, oh golly, there's a lot of things that I should really just avoid. So Yeah, definitely better food regulation. Absolutely. Snow says, I swear once kids are done with school for the year, I'll actually do more morning streams. It's okay. That's okay. It is what it is. Your schedule is what it is. I'm sad that I always miss your streams because I'm sleeping, but there's plenty of people that are awake and can use company at that hour. And so I'm grateful that you're there for them. Abby says regulations are for you losers. Real patriotic Americans suffer. Just in case you guys aren't clear, if you're new here, Abby's joking. Like a lot. Like a heckin' lot. That is the opposite of what Abby thinks, insofar as I know. Snow says, I miss my morning friends when I have to end early enough to sleep. Ah, yes. Molly says, and then when you quit a job and you have vacation days left, you get that in money instead. My last paycheck on my last job was like 40,000. What? 40,000 Swedish, I assume it's kroner, around 4,000 US dollars. Holy heck. Lamb says that's true indeed, but tax takes a big cut. Ah, okay. So you guys do have to higher taxes, perhaps. Gorecki says I have to go listen to They Might Be Giants. Thanks, Grog. Vix has to head out. Have a great stream. Thank you, Vix. It's always really good to see you. I'm really looking for you guys. Vix, go. You don't need to talk about this, but Vix messaged me this morning and he was like, hey, guess what? The Borderlands Enhanced Game of the Year Enhanced Edition is on sale. And he went and he bought it. And so now we get to play together and I'm super stoked. Molly says, okay, yeah, you take it in one chunk, absolutely. But my job gave me the option to parse it out, so I got most of it. Oh, nice. Abby says, yes, I do not believe people should suffer to be able to live comfortably or to even have their basic needs met. Thank you for clarifying, Abby. I appreciate that. Wait, Brigitte says those who have been grinding ranked. Unreal patriotic Americans. Okay, so right. So, Brigitte just made a Fortnite joke, which is actually funny. Well, healthcare, school system, public transport, and all that costs money. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm 100% there with you. Okay, Molly says high taxes, but an ambulance costs like 40 US dollars. Yeah, and here it would probably bankrupt you. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and continue on with all of this. While the onions cook, combine 6 ounces. Well, we already cooked our onions, so let's just go ahead and boil some water. I need apparently 6 ounces of boiling water. So let me just make sure that there's enough water in this kettle for me to boil water. Give me a second. All right. Wait, what? Wait, what are Unreal Americans? Oh, those who think a bread bowl with cheese and cold marinara is fit to be called pizza, aka Chicago pizza. So we have the Nepalese New Yorker bagging on Chicago pizza for all of you New Yorkers and Chicagoans in here. Lamb says it seems like you liked the dish since you're remembering it clearly. Hey, I can describe the cold corned beef and butter sandwich I had on Friday very accurately, but you would not want me to. I did not like it. Molly says also we have high cost protection for going to the doctor, so you only have to spend like 200 US dollars to go to the doctor per year, and the rest is free. See, that's amazing. Alice says deep dish pizza is a casserole. Okay, so you don't have to be New York. You don't have to be from New York to bag on Chicago style pizza. You can also be from Philadelphia or New Jersey or wherever you're from, Alice. I mean, I don't know. Is New Jersey outside New York or New Jersey outside Philadelphia? I guess it depends on where you're from in New Jersey. Brigitte says, what is pizza? A miserable little pile of secrets. What? Abby says exactly, just because I remember a dish doesn't mean I like it. A forgettable dish is an okay dish. You only remember a really good dish or a really bad dish. Also, thank you for that shout out for Alice, Brigitte. Yes, Alice plays a lot of different kinds of video games and is a very funny girl, and you should follow her. Lamps is protected by the Italians. Yeah, thank goodness, right? We have a Neapolitan style pizzeria here that's fantastic. Screw all your New York versus Chicago BS. Molly says, I love miserable little piles of secrets. Alice, this is all one big pizza belt. Snow says South Jersey is Philly, North Jersey is New York. It's why we have such rivalries. Yes, thank you for the Taylor ham. Grog says I just want pizza without cheese. We can make you cheeses. We can make you pizza without cheese. And yes, Katie, that is a pork roll emote. Also, hi, Katie. Brigitte says a pizza should have tuna mayo or Brigitte! Somebody please bean ban Brigitte. Oh, you shouted at her. That's even better. That works. Thank you. Jane says you'll find me eating my mashed potato pizza in Connecticut. Wait, what? Mashed potato pizza? Katie, tell me about mashed potato pizza. Is that a thing? Taylor ham. Taylor ham. Taylor ham. You can't stop me. Yes, it's a Taylor Swift ham emote. Albie says, hey, Google, how do I ban a Twitch mod? Snow says it's pork roll. Dallas says, I'll bring you some. I've had enough of weird people's processed meat products for 1 month. Thank you, though, Alice. Oh, with or without pineapple. Now we're going to war. What, Connecticut is on thin ice? Road trip pork roll delivery. Grog says there was a pizza joint in the town I went to grad school in. They have over 150 pizzas, including Thanksgiving pizza with mashed potatoes. Katie says I love the pun, but it's definitely pork roll. Okay, so now I'm in trouble. Now everyone's united against me. It's pork roll. All right, fine. Lobster roll has opinions. Yes, about pork roll. Imagine that. The rolls have opinions about each other. Abby says I got my mashed potato pizza is the thing I miss most about living. This is a real thing? Mashed potato pizza is a real thing. Katie says actually mashed potato on pizza is delicious. I can't even with you people. I just can't even. I just don't even know anymore. While the onions cook, combine 6 ounces of boiling water with 3 tablespoons of lapsang souchong tea. Hold on a second. Let me get a thing that won't explode when I pour boiling water in it. And then 3 tablespoons of tea. Give me a second here. 3 tablespoons of tea. There's the boiling water. I'm just going to turn that off for a second. Alice says, shit, you right. It's bad enough dealing with mass holes and also Boston accents. Snow says, I have to say I don't usually branch out with pizza, but Alice and I had mac and cheese pizza in Seattle and it was absolutely amazing. Putting pasta on pizza is hilarious to me. 1, 2, 3. Vlam says I've had some ice cream pancakes French style and it's awesome. Can someone please put ice cream pancakes French style in a remind me so that I can Google it and find out what that is? Because that sounds amazing. Brigitte says mashed potato pizza implies the existence of a gravy-based pizza. No, we don't like gravy. No gravy. Thank you, though. Abby says I've been there once and the driving almost gave me an aneurysm. I was walking around Boston and I almost died like 4 times. Katie says with like a white garlic base. Oh, okay, that I like. That sounds like that would be pretty good. Abby's out of here. Can't handle all the pizza blasphemy. Bye, Abby. We love you. Thanks for coming by. Please don't leave. I can't actually make them stop. I could try, but I don't think I can make them stop. Jane says I love mac and cheese pizza too. Crazy Americans with your y'all crazy with your American pizzas. Yeah, we're crazy. We really are. I won't even deny it. You're 100% right. Jane says the gas stations by me are known for their pizzas called Crepe Suzette. Well, here Crepe Suzette is not that. So I don't know. I don't know what we've been making. But that I want ice cream pancakes. Give me ice cream pancakes, 6 ounces of boiling water. All right. Cool. And then we're going to let that steep for 3 minutes. Add diced tomatoes, tomato paste, brown sugar, mustard, blah, 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 blah. This is a teaspoon of mustard. I don't actually remember. I wrote this recipe, by the way. I just did it years ago. Years and years and years ago. It's probably 2014, 2015, something like that. And I don't remember. I don't remember whether I meant liquid mustard or not. If I meant like dry mustard or liquid mustard. It's only a teaspoon, which isn't very much mustard. If it's meant to be liquid mustard. So I'm guessing it's probably dry mustard, but I probably should have written it down that way. Crêpe Suzette is a French dessert consisting of crêpes with beurre Suzette, a sauce of caramelized sugar and butter, tangerine or orange juice, zest, and Grand Marnier, triple sec or orange curacao liqueur on top, flambéed tableside. That is what I'm used to.
Got the mustard.
Arcadia, what an entrance. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Also, Belle says there's a place in my hometown that makes an awesome penne alla vodka pizza. That sounds delicious. Also, Belle's from New York, so that's authentic New York pizza. Hi, Belle. How are you? It's good to see you. Okay, so you just add ice cream on a crepe. All of those things sound terrific. Brigitte says, I thought I was prepared for Pancake Day this year, but it creeped up on me. Thank you for the pun, Grog. Is Dirtle Birtle bot here? I don't know why. I mean, Abby now wants ice cream and waffles. That actually does sound delicious. So you guys, somebody redeemed, set the menu, for a pancake cake. So we're going to make a cake out of pancakes, which I think sounds like totally fun. So we're going to do that, but I don't think it's not going to be crepes. It's going to be like American flapjack pancakes, like regular pancakes. Okay. Brown sugar, tomato paste. It's supposed to be an entire 6-ounce can of tomato paste. I don't have that much tomato paste. In fact, I have like no tomato paste. That's kind of a problem. I have this squeezy tube of tomato paste, and this is maybe like a tablespoon of tomato paste. So that's like an ounce of tomato paste. Kind of a problem. Kind of a problem. So we'll see what other tomato products we have laying around here. I should have probably looked at that. Imagine that, Leah being out of a thing and unprepared for whatever. I have marinara sauce. Hi, thank you for the follow. Oh, great. Flam, thank you for the follow. Okay. Grog says his client is whining for dinner and I need to know if I can ignore him for another 10 minutes. Yes. I am well, Arcadia, thank you. I'm really good. It's been a good day so far and I had a good weekend and yeah, it's good. Belle says Zan and I didn't sleep last night because Wuzzy and Teeny were horrible little shits. Well, I'm sorry your cats are being horrible little shits. Do you need an aminal lawyer? I think they usually work for aminals, but maybe they can make an exception. Some random geek says, oh wait, just before I forgot, thanks for the follows on Sunday from the Fire Kitchen community. I now have 400 followers on Twitch. I have 402 now. Congratulations. Congratulations. Glad we could help. Grog said, this is why you do an ingredient check before stream. And Minnie Des says, hi. Hi, Minnie Des. Yes, I know I usually do an ingredient check before stream. Sometimes. And I didn't. And I am regretting my life choices. All right. Here, though, what I have here, I don't think I have any tomato paste, unfortunately. However, what I do have is an additional tomato product. This is called Rotel. It's basically diced tomatoes and chilies and stuff, but I'm going to go ahead and just throw this in here for an additional bulk. We might have to boil this down a little bit more to make a barbecue sauce, but I think it's going to be better than using ketchup, which was my other thought. So, let's throw this can of Rotel in there. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. And that'll be good. That's something that I usually keep around for chili. But we'll make it work. We're gonna blend this anyway. So it'll be all right. Okay. Cats being cats, inconceivable. Yes, exactly. Bell says also Teeny just flopped on my phone and almost ordered Tylenol from CVS on Grubhub. He truly is talented. He really is talented. Sanji says I'm not dead. Also, why are we saying hola? Because our friend's daughter will frequently come in at the end of her stream and tell everyone hola. And so we always say hola, Mini Des. And that's just how we greet her now and forever, perpetually. Xandro says the house cats are in rare form. I'm really sorry. And why are we speaking Scottish? Hola is Scottish? I'm very confused. It's the better version of English. Wait, Alice says there's a rumor that there might be a Persona 3 fork knife event. There's constant rumors that there might be an everything fork knife event. Fortnite has so many collaborations. The other one that I heard lately, which plug your ears and go la 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 if you don't want to hear Fortnite Battle Pass / collaboration spoilers. I'll give you about 20 seconds. All you have to do is stick your fingers in your ears like this and go la 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 really loud, okay? So here's the spoiler. The spoiler is that I have heard a rumor that they're bringing a young Kratos skin for all of you God of War fans to Fortnite. That is the latest thing that I heard. That would be a spoiler. Okay, you guys can stop going la 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 now. Alice says, so if that ends up being true, I guess I'm playing Fork Knife. Heck yeah! Drag everyone kicking and screaming into Fork Knife. Yay! Oh, Grog was speaking Scottish? I thought Grog was speaking Latin. I didn't read it. Ave Desdemona Minima. I think that was Latin. It was supposed to be Latin. I think it was Latin. And Grog was imitating Holy Grail and the cart scene. Brigitte says there's an airbender event incoming. Alice says it was the same rumor. Oh, okay. Got it. Des says I thought there was an Avatar co-op and people are saying it's more the blue people Avatar. Oh. Wait, before that. Oh, I missed it then. Kara, hi! Ribs and hush puppies and tempura fried pickled cockles. No, I ate the pickled cockles and guess what, Kara? They weren't that bad. I would actually eat them. Like if served a small dish over beer, I would just eat them. They don't even need batter. They're fine. They're just a briny, chewy, meaty, vinegary beer snack. They're great. I'm sorry. Brigitte says, hey, Katara, watch me be a pacifist. Pew, pew, pew. Kara says, glad the new experience wasn't awful. It was distinctly not awful. It was good. I liked it. Santi says, to be fair, the only thing stopping Aang from murdering the entire world is Katara. I haven't seen Airbender, so I don't know what you people are talking about. Which is obviously nothing new because most of the time I don't know what you people are talking about. Okay. Half a cup of brown sugar. That's a lot of brown sugar, but this is a barbecue sauce and we are going to look for something to be kind of sweet here. So, let me find my cup here. I need a half cup. Oh, my brown sugar. Cool. And then what else am I missing? Mustard. A teaspoon of dry mustard. We're going to go with dry mustard and we're going to assume that that's correct. Because if it's not, that's a lot of mustard. But I think just given everything else that's in here, I think that's probably right. Imagine me not writing down whether I meant dry mustard or regular mustard. We're going to go with dry. And then half a cup of sweet chili sauce. Oh, wait, this is done steeping and I don't want it to be bitter. So let me get a sieve here. And I'm going to pour this very strong liquid in here. That's a lot of tea. Let me just make sure that I got as much of the liquid out as possible. Santi says, to be fair, and his airbender morals, but whatever. That's called a sieve in English. Yes. Yeah, a sieve. Yeah. No, I mean, so typically when we would call a sifter, you could certainly use that for sifting, and I do. But a sifter is going to be one of the things that has like a handle, and you like either squeeze it or it has a little thing that rotates on the sides. I would call that a sifter. Do you know what I mean? Like for flour, but like a sieve. Yeah, definitely a sieve. Okay, so there is our tea. Brown sugar, mustard, half a cup of sweet chili sauce. So I pulled that out. My sweet chili sauce. Okay, hold on a second. This is, hang on. I guess I should have shaken it up because it's, there we go. Ah, perfect. It's a little weird. It's about all that's left in that bottle, too.
You're hot, Cupcake.
Thank you, Santi. I think that was Santi. Yes. And also Chester has spent 250 pathetic puppy eyes to redeem Treat Chester. So Chester's going to have his dinner now. Brigitte says you're in the right place to learn. I need to do my Spanish lesson. Yeah, and Santi can help with that too, which is great. It's kind of fun that we have so many people in this community that speak so many different languages. And I'm just grateful that all of you speak English so that I can like talk to you too, because I only speak a little bit of French and almost no Spanish. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. The other thing that I think is really interesting is the number of languages that use English for things like, for example, soy sauce. I don't know what soy sauce is in German, for instance, or what it is in Spanish. But like it's things like that, like things that are like have become more common ingredients over the last like 10 or 20 years or whatever, that people from other places sometimes just use the English for that. All right, Vlam says, guys, girls, have a good morning, afternoon, evening. I'm resting for a few hours. See ya. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it. Hope you'll come back. You were fun to hang out with. But yeah, rest well, and we will see y'all very soon. In Spanish, it's salsa de soja. And maybe it's soya in German. Literally soy sauce. And soy sauce is, oh gosh, okay, I don't know how to pronounce that B, but someone will tell me eventually how to pronounce it. Because I don't even think we have that letter in English. But yes, good night, and thanks for sticking around. Great to meet you. I do know other things besides hola, but now that oh, it's an S. Okay, it's an S. All right, got it. Thank you. Okay, so I do know other things in Spanish, but I don't know if I can perform on command. Okay, so what else do we know how to say in Spanish? So here's the problem that I have, right? So when my brain goes to access not English, the thing it thinks of first is French, because I'm more familiar with French. And so it's kind of a weird like brain thing. So if I think not English, then I get où est la salle de bain, which is not Spanish either. Right. So I might have to just try to translate some things. Okay. So, Jane says you get to come with me to do dishes. The things that I am most familiar with trying to say in Spanish are things like, I can't do it. Yeah, perform Jester. You're very funny. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna have to think about this, but I have to keep cooking because otherwise we're not going to be done in time. Okay, so first of all, I need to put this in the oven. These are our ribs. They're going in the oven. We're baking them. I don't know how this is going to work. I used to do this in the Instant Pot, but our Instant Pot is broken. So, we're just going to try this. I seem to think that it was fine the first time I did it. So, yeah. And then half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, which is this. Half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper, and then 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. And I'm actually just going to use the lemon juice from a bottle here because we're just looking for a little bit of acid. Although I ended up with so much tomato. I think I'm gonna hold back a little bit. I'm not gonna add the full 3 tablespoons. Also, I don't know where the lemon juice is. There's a bottle of lemon juice in here somewhere. Yes, here. We do have fresh lemons, but I'm not going to use it for this. I'm gonna just use 2. There is also an awful lot of sugar in there. So, all right. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. Right. So Brigitte says, ¿Dónde está la cocina? And Santi says, la cocina está aquí. And Hellstream to Leah Fireheart. What's Leah Fireheart in Spanish? It's fire is fuego, and heart is. If I thought about this long enough, I'd be able to figure it out. So here's the thing that's funny. What? Corazon. Cool. So right, Leah Corazon de Fuego. I actually love that. That's great. Isn't it on the back burner? I don't, oh, do we have an ad break? Holy heck. Hold on a second. I blew past. Oh, okay. We have an ad break coming in a minute. All right. Cool. We didn't blow past it. Excellent. I've missed everything. Okay. Cara says it's quite a foxy shirt I have on. Thank you. It's a sweater. I love it. And thank you. Thad, hi. There's an awful lot of sugar in chat because they're so sweet. Oh, you charmer. Wait. We can do this. Thad has Riz. Right? Brigitte says, le tengo miedo al, I don't know. That one I don't know. Bujo? That word I don't know. And Santi says, haces bien on, okay, so weirdly, no, not at all. Okay, fine. The H is silent, but then there's only vowels in it. How do you say that word? You balance out this. Oh, Kara balances out the sweetness. The H is silent. Oh, and Kara balances everything by being so salty. Right. We have an ad break incoming. I'm going to take a 3-minute break and then we'll be right back. See you in a minute. Or 3. welcome back. Sorry that took so long. I had to moderate a thing. It's fine. Okay. So, oh no, I've missed so much chat. Chester thinks, Brigitte thinks Chester is dreaming of licking pickled cockles. Cara says, wait, not salty, just bitter AF over much of life, aren't we all? With a little bit of spice. Love that. Opting out says, does Duolingo do interpretive dance as a language? Because I'm pretty sure he's dreaming of interpretive dance. Yeah, no, not to my knowledge. I don't think they do. Do they do American Sign Language either? Do they do ASL? I don't even know. Oh, and the pronunciation is up on Discord. Thank you. Brigitte says, please ask Gareki about her fork knife builds. She's been such a troll. Santi says she's been cranking them 90s. Brigitte says she's been just sat underneath someone for 5 minutes and not been noticed. Now in second place. Riveting gameplay. And Grog had to wash dishes. Grog did wash dishes. Yes, thank you, Grog, for that. Right, so we are on to Hush Puppies. We are ready to go. So the ribs are in the oven. The barbecue sauce is bubbling away on the stove. And I'm going to pull out some cornmeal. I think I'm actually going to use the local stuff for this. Yeah, stone ground cornmeal. And then flour. Actually, you know what though? Before we start this, because I have a strong suspicion this is going to take a bit to heat up. It always takes a while to heat up the fryer. So we're going to do that. Let me get a bowl. Wait. Victory. Wait, what? Gareki just won a builds match? That's hilarious. Although honestly, we I feel like every time we play builds, we actually end up winning. But I think that's because we get in there with bots and not because we're so good at builds. I don't know if Gareki more routinely plays builds than I do. I'm not sure what Gareki's fork knife habits are, honestly. But heck yeah, congratulations. I couldn't build to save my soul. Not that my soul is worth saving. Right, okay. 3/4 cup of cornmeal. I'm using this stuff from Garner's, which is from Warsaw, Virginia. Relatively local to me, but not like local. Stone ground cornmeal. Actually, I'm just gonna use just a little bit more because cool. He says it may have been in ranked platinum too. I don't ever expect to repeat that fluke though. Wait, what? How are you ranked platinum 2 in builds if you never play builds? Or do you play builds routinely? All right. Oops, I just got flour all over my computer. This is fine. 1/2 cup of flour. And then, wait, for the last month, I'm still learning, so there's a lot of sneaking and getting sniped. There's a lot of sneaking and getting sniped in Fortnite in general this season. Okay, so, but that's amazing. Congratulations. I don't even try to play builds. Like, not even a little bit. So 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then 3/4 teaspoon of salt, but I'm actually going to use just regular table salt for this. Actually, technically sea salt, but whatever. Grog says, if you get flour all over the computer, should we fry it? I think that sounds like a pretty terrible idea, but if you want to try, you're going to have to get me a bigger fryer. Brigitte is too scared for builds. Jane says deep fried computer to go with our cockles. Yes. Yeah. Santi wants to know how the Spanish lesson went. Chef John, hi. Hello. Good to see you. Brigitte says muy bien. Tango 100%. Potato chips, computer chips. Felicitaciones, amiga. See, I can actually read things for the most part. And I can understand some things that are said to me. Like, I understand more, like, verbally, I guess, than I would, like, reading it, even. Just because of there's context, right? But, like, I used to work with people who didn't speak any English at all. And so, you have to figure out ways to communicate in both Spanish and English, right? So you just kind of, like, work with what y'all both know. Still don't have cayenne pepper. Quarter teaspoon of garlic powder. Here. Night Captain Andrew wants me to deep fry the ram and take a big bite out of it. I'm pretty sure that's a pun. I'm not deep frying my computer. Y'all are so weird sometimes. Thaddeus says I should do Spanish Duolingo. I've lost so much since I left LA. You used to live in LA? I didn't know that. I've never lived in LA, but I've been to LA, and I'm from California. Jane says I can read in Spanish way better than I can speak Spanish. I mean, I think probably no matter what language, the understanding comes first and then the speaking second for most people, right? Isn't that like normally the way it goes? Jane says you like us weird. I mean, I do. But now you're talking about deep frying my computer. There's got to be a line somewhere, Jane. Somewhere. Very small line. Right. So ordinarily I would use regular milk for this, but we are a lactose-free household, and I am using oat milk today. Ordinarily, I would say maybe my preference for this would not be oat milk. It would be like almond milk or soy milk. Soy milk is what I used the last time I did this, but unfortunately, soy milk just no longer agrees with me. So we've kind of been working with either oat milk or almond milk, and I'm just out of almond milk right now. 1 egg and 3 green onions. Okay. We have plenty of green onions. Some of them are quite large. This was supposed to be beaten first, but it's fine. We'll make it work. And then the onions. Okay. So I'm just gonna scramble up the egg in this small little well that we've made here. And then mix in the rest of the flour. Actually, I probably should not be using a spatula for this. A whisk for this. I should probably be using a spatula. Okay. Brigitte says you can do it. I believe in you. Heck yeah. Absolutely. I am 100% on board with being Duolingo friends with any of you, by the way. We can connect via Discord if you would like. Right now my only friend on Duolingo is Brigitte, and that's fine. I like having Brigitte as a friend. But if other people want language, what do you call it? Inspiration for study, we can cheer each other on. Brigitte said the line is somewhere between temperature blanket and deep frying tech. Yes. That says 818 hype. Excellent. That's like it's like Riverside, right? That usually gotta post this Eggo. Wait, Eggo? You forgot. Wait, what? Also, Blue, hi, hello, hi. Right. So Santi wants to know what hush puppies are. So they're deep fried corn balls. And I wish I had not put it that way because now I don't want to look at chat. And thank you for giving Blue a shout out there. Appreciate you guys. If you're not following Lil Blue Mazzotti, highly recommend the follow. Often plays things like Dragon Age and Mass Effect, but also sometimes plays other things. But is particularly a BioWare fan. Lovely, warm person with a beautiful singing voice, just FYI. Not that you should follow her for that, because she doesn't sing nearly as often as I think she ought to. But with a really, really lovely, friendly community and very fun, chill streams. So definitely drop her a follow if you do not yet follow her. Thad said for a second, I thought that said Dragon's Dogma 2 and I about lost my mind. No, Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2. Much more common around these parts. Santi says, what kind of flour are you using? What kind of corn are you using? Like flour? Yes. So it's, there are commercial brands of this, obviously. But I'm using, this one. Can you read that? Stone ground cornmeal, or I guess like in the UK, I guess it would be corn flour, but here corn flour is something different. So this one we got at the farmer's market, but you can just buy it at the grocery store here. But it's dried ground corn, basically, is the deal. Brigitte says, let me see, would that be harina de maize? Yes, I think. Okay, so here's the thing that's complicated though, because when you actually get into like actual Latin American cooking, there's a lot of different kinds of corn, of corn things, dried corn things, and you use the different dried corn things for very different purposes. So they're all processed differently, like treated differently, processed differently. Like that cornmeal is not what you would make tortillas out of, for example, which is also not the same thing that you would make like the Colombian, the Venezuelan, help me. Grog. The Colombian or Venezuelan, the corn patties. What are those called? Arepas. It's also not arepa flour. So like, and it's not like, yeah, so there's lots of different kinds of corn flour used for lots of different kinds of purposes. And this is just like basic, like at least in the US, basic corn meal that you would just get like in the baking aisle in the grocery store. Yeah, harina pan, the only kind for making arepas. Exactly. Yeah, and see, Santi says there's different kinds. Exactly. Night Captain Andrew says my cornbread batter and hush puppy batter are one and the same. One is baked, the other is fried. So here's the thing. I'm from California. I am not a Southerner. So don't listen to me about anything. However, that said, I prefer what is considered here a more northern cornbread style. So when I make cornbread, I like my cornbread to be a little bit sweet. Sweet and fluffy, like fairly fluffy. So more eggs, a little bit of sugar. And so, but when I make hush puppies, I don't want it to be sweet in any way. And so I don't put sugar in them. Also my corn bread doesn't have green onions in it, and I'm going to put green onions in this. We're letting this rest, by the way. We're letting the cornmeal hydrate a little bit. It's not strictly necessary to let it sit, but it does help. When it comes to scooping out your balls. And so, yeah, obviously not an aficionado of Southern cooking. I just, over the years, have learned what I like, and that's what I do. But that's, if you want authenticity, you probably should talk to someone else. There. Okay. Thad says I've been meaning to try masa in a lot of recipes. Interesting. Santi says the thicker one can also be used for making polenta. Yes. Thad says arebas are so good. They totally are. Yeah, they totally are. Blue says I've been hearing about Dragon's Dogma and I've been curious about it, so I check it out on Steam and find it tickles my fancy. We'll put that on my wish list and hopefully can get that. Very cool. Very cool. That says I picked up the first one recently and had a ton of fun. It goes on sale fairly, I guess often probably. Santi says scooping balls, you say. Yes, scooping balls. Exactly. Alice says scooping out your balls. Where do I sign up? I help. It's just basement bottom surgery. Have I had polenta? Yes. All sorts of polenta. Absolutely. Both, like loose and liquidy, and then also like baked into cakes, essentially. Those are they're both very good. I like them a lot. Grog says we've made polenta on stream. Yes, we have, but I don't know when. Like it's so funny now, having been doing this for the last 2 years, right? I have absolutely no idea like what I've done and what I haven't, like what I've just like cooked during that time and what I've actually made on stream. And then also like where in the universe I've made that. So like I've made hush puppies before on stream, but that was when I looked at it, it wasn't on my site, on my website. I never got around to like going all the way back to the beginning and adding all the recipes from like the early days of streaming before I had the website, because I wasn't sure I was going to stick with this. You never really know with something new, right? And so the date on this recipe was from May of 2022. So 2 months into streaming, I made hush puppies, but I haven't done them since. So, Grog says, I do know you've made can I have a moment alone with my burgers? I've done that twice, actually. I've made In-N-Out burgers twice. Thad says I round it holds up well. Feel free to hit me up. I have a high level pawn that you can recruit for free if you're Steam friends. It's funny because it's so old. A lot of the pawns I used weren't leveling up. It was a big deal when I found one that was active, leveling up at my same rate. Sandy says the one I really like is when you make stiffer polenta and spread it out on an oven thingy, then bake it for a couple of hours until they're dry. It's basically fried polenta. Yeah. Those are really good. They're a nice base for things. You can cut them into pieces and eat them as a meal or as snacks. Yeah, they are. They're really good. And also they're nice as like, because there's some things that like are, when I make polenta, I usually make it with, there's like a beef stew, like an Italian beef stew. It's not like a beef stew, like an American beef stew. It doesn't have like potatoes in it or anything. But it's like a stewed beef. And I do find that it's a little bit liquidy, and I often serve it with polenta, but the last time I ended up having leftover polenta, and so I baked it off just because I was like, it's gonna hold up better that way than reheating it. And as it turns out, I think I like that dish better with the baked than I did with like the like loose and liquidy. Blues is cool. I may or may not have bought the first game since it's still on sale. Lol. I love this. I love it when people find common things that they might enjoy. Oh, that's the other thing, is that my understanding is that Blue is going to be playing some Baldur's Gate here at some point too. I don't know if you've actually bought it yet or if you're just waiting for whatever, but all right. I have to figure out a place to put this. Hold on a second. I need my immersion blender here. You don't have to use an immersion blender with this, by the way. You can put it into a regular blender. But if you're going to put it into a regular blender, You have to let it cool a little bit first. And with the immersion blender, you can just kind of like do it. All right. I am gonna like take it off the heat though, so that it's not actively bubbling. Yes. Okay. So once Blue finishes Dragon Age, gonna play Baldur's Gate, which I know everybody is enjoying watching everyone's playthroughs now. Hopefully. I do know there's some people that are still avoiding spoilers, but hopefully most people have kind of finished at least a first round by now. I was gifted to you. Nice gift. Actually, that's how Grog got it too. That's actually how Grog got
Cupcake.
how Grog got Baldur's Gate too. Also, hi Quantum. Hi, good to see you. Also know you. I showed you. Water. That's as internal old man yells at Sky discussion on how much I loved the earlier Baldur's Gate and IWD games. I never played them. I've always had a little bit of an attitude towards the D&D games. Towards the D&D like video games. Oh no, Santi has to go. Okay. Thank you, Santi. Thanks for stopping by. It's always really good to see you. I'm glad you had fun. Have a nice stream / week, maybe. All right. So, I'll be back here on Thursday, but you might be busy, but it's always really good to see you when you pop in. So have a great rest of your day. Bye. Blue says I don't mind spoilers though. I know there's still a lot I've not seen. Okay. Interesting. Blue says BG3 is going to be my first D&D game I played. Not going to lie, I'm nervous. Oh, Icewind Dale. Right. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go ahead and plug in my immersion blender because I need to do some stuff with the ribs. But first I need to actually puree this. We don't want chunky barbecue sauce. We want pureed barbecue sauce. Okay. Oops. All right. Now I'm going to taste this to see if we need to adjust any of the seasonings or anything. That's still so hot. No, it's great. In fact. However, I am going to blend it a little bit more. So I think interestingly, oops, I lost the thing. I think interestingly, my tastes may have changed a little bit in barbecue sauce since I made this recipe. So this is a little bit sweeter than I think I would typically go now. I might dial back the brown sugar a little bit and rely a little bit more on the sweet chili sauce if I were to do this again. So I might amend this. Well, so this needs to be set at 365 and it's at 300. So let's just worry about that. Let's see. And the Blue has a thing for sweet barbecue sauce. You know, and in general, I kind of prefer sweet barbecue sauce too. I think that's kind of my preference. But this is a little sweeter than I think I would go these days. Let's test this to make sure these are done. Yes. That is at 170, which is possibly just a little bit overdone actually. But that's okay. Hopefully that's okay. All right, so now let's take I'm going to take half a cup of barbecue sauce and broil for 3 minutes. I think that had flour in it. So where's my quarter cup? Here. So let's get quarter cup of barbecue sauce. In fact, it wants me to broil them both sides. I don't know that I really see the point of that, but I'm going to get a pastry brush. Spread that out. We're going to do the hush puppies first, though, because once these come out of the oven, we're basically just going to be like putting them on a plate and eating them. Delicious. All right. The ready light just came on. Perfection. Opting out says, you know what will cut through that sweetness? Pickled cockles. Thanks, opting out. I'm not gonna try to be too fancy with these hush puppies. The batter is a little softer, probably because the oat milk is a little liquidier than what I'm used to working with. So we're just gonna let these be ugly. They're still going to be delicious, even if they are not perfectly round. Does the sometimes ugly is the best food? Correct. Accurate. All right. How long do those need to cook? Let's see. Doesn't say. I'm gonna grab these just to be able to turn them a little bit. Can you guys actually see what's going on here? Kind of. Moving the fryer is kind of difficult, so let me just there. Can you guys see them now? Yes. Perfect. We're going to let those cook a little bit longer. Right. Okay. So, those are the hush puppies. Oh, we can put these, let's set the thing to broil. And then, actually, I'm going to go ahead and flip these over now that they're kind of sort of cool enough to do so. We're going to put a little bit of barbecue sauce on the other side because it told me to. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess to get it all nice and covered. And then we're just going to broil these just a little bit. I'm going to need other tongs for sure, because those are very hot. That's hot enough that I should probably not touch it with my fingers. All right. 3 minutes. You guys, we're so close to being ready to eat. I'm so excited. Ribs and hush puppies. Amazing. Did I set that? Yeah, I did. Okay. So let's look and see what we've got here. Flippy flippy. Come on, some flippy flippies. Can we? It doesn't want a flippy flippy. It just wants to stay one side. I love hush puppies so much, you guys. I wonder if actually scooping them with like a scooper would be a better idea and would result in more bally balls. Brigitte says, I like my barbecue sauce how I liked my baked beans, made by the Heinz company. Oh, Brigitte, I'm sorry. Heinz makes barbecue sauce. You know that there's better barbecue sauce in the world, right? And you don't even have to make it yourself. Okay, here's the thing. For the most part, I will genuinely defend UK food, okay? Like I really like a lot of British cooking. Even like just like I don't know. There's a lot of good things about British food, right? There were we had almost all good food when we lived in London. And everyone's always surprised to hear this, but I very rarely had a bad meal. My experience this weekend notwithstanding is the caveat I'll put there. But the one thing that we utterly failed at, besides Mexican food, we failed at Mexican food too. Well, when I came home, all I wanted was Mexican food, because holy hell, you guys don't know what to do with Mexican food. But the other thing that I found surprisingly terrible was barbecue. It was just not a genre that is understood in the slightest. Bell says Heinz makes food service grade here in the US. I see. Interesting. Yeah, not great. Okay, let's cut into one of these and make sure that these are done, but I think they probably are. Let me grab a knife. Oh, and I don't want to burn this. So let me pull this out before I get too involved in all of this. I'm gonna grab another. Sorry, you guys, we're at the stage where I'm just like, there are 800 mazillion, cajillion, bazillion things going on here, and I'm gonna need a second to deal with them. Come on. They're heavy. There. I am not gonna broil those again because they browned on the other side too, and I think they will burn if I put them back in there. So I'm just gonna leave them. All right. Oh, right. I was cutting these to make sure that they were done. Grog says Heinz does make barbecue sauce. Thad says this is like hearing my Australian friends talk about their tacos with shock and horror. Defend mushy peas and unseasoned fry batter. Okay, here's the thing about mushy peas. I actually like them. I don't know what it is. I mean, yes, do you have to add salt? Yes, typically, yes. But I like them. Perfection. Grog says, to be fair, the best pizza I ever had we had in London. That is also true. But they were Italian. Like, literally had to go home because of Brexit Italian. Opting out says, I don't see why the UK wouldn't get barbecue. Boil the meat, dunk it in Heinz sauce. Seems pretty straightforward. Opting out! You don't boil it! Although, I have to say, we did have good grilled meat. We had excellent grilled meat. It just wasn't barbecue. Opting out gets it. Belle says boil meat, then add watered down tomatoes based spicy crap. Doesn't sound good to me. It doesn't sound good to me either. And believe me, it wasn't good. Grog says boiling bratwurst in beer. Now that I'm on board with. I am also on board with that. I'm gonna overcrowd this fryer. Oops. I got raw batter. Okay. I'm gonna overcrowd this fryer just a little bit and hope that it's okay. Because I just really only have like max one hush puppy left here. It's not even really a full hush puppy. It'll be fine though. Okay. There. Into the fryer with you. I'm just gonna take a look at this. Yeah. I'm just gonna throw this back in for just a minute. Maybe two. All right. Woo! Let's not drop the pot holder in the barbecue sauce. That's a terrible idea. Opting out says, my father eventually ended up learning to cook, but when he first started cooking more, he fell back on the food of his childhood, Northern England, born in the 30s. Boiled roast really does hit all those British food stereotypes. Yes. And, like, the thing is that, like, there are some very, very, like, okay, so there was this place in London called Blacklock. And, like, had you added a competent, like, seasoning to the meat they had at Blacklock, they would have been so close to barbecue. But in the end, it was just really good grilled meat. They weren't trying for barbecue. They had a whole other concept. But, like, the barbecue restaurants that we went to had entirely too many salads on the menu. We were like, no. No. Maybe one salad for vegetarians, but no. And no hush puppies or cornbread or anything. They're very confused. The only good barbecue restaurant we went to in London was run by an American. Owned and run by an American chef. All right. You are coming out. I'm going to let you rest for a minute, and then we will cut you apart. Potentially. You throw this in the sink. No hush puppies. What loafers? Feel like you're dating yourself here. And I'm dating myself, and you helped. Also, hello, new friend. Yes, that is, in fact, Chester licking a donut. Okay, what is going on here? Why are these not frying as fast? Did I accidentally unplug the fryer, is the question. No. But it does not have power. Why doesn't it have power? Oh. because it is not plugged in. Somehow it came unplugged. Oh well. I didn't think about the fact that I have barbecue and beer. This is actually kind of perfect. Yeah, this works a lot better when like the fryer is hot. Barbecue and beer is a great combo. Barbecue and beer is like, I mean, I don't want to say the only combo. Like lemonade, right? Like lemonade is good with barbecue. Sweet tea, I think probably most Southerners would argue with sweet tea. But like, sweet tea is something that I've never really been able to wrap my mind around. Like I've tried it, and well, first of all, I'm not a huge tea drinker, and it does taste like tea. It's just really, really sweet and iced, of course. Every time I make iced tea, though, Brigitte kind of loses it. I really want to eat the rest of that hush puppy that I cut in half. They're really good. They're like my favorite. They're not my favorite. I like lots of things. Jane says we make iced tea pretty much every day in my house. My mother used to make sun tea when I was growing up. Yeah, Jane says unsweetened though, not sweet. Yeah, and unsweetened. Yeah, and I will occasionally, I have some like fruity teas that I like much better iced than hot, and so I will sometimes make iced tea out of those. But like at making iced tea out of like a straight up black tea, generally speaking, I'm not necessarily going to do that. Not a huge what do you call it? Yeah, tea drinker in general. No, not really. They're more like a fritter. It's hard to know what people's culinary context is in a Twitch chat. Also, hi, hello, and welcome to here. They're more like fried cornbread. So it's a cornmeal batter, and you make little balls out of. These are not like very bally balls, but you can scoop them out more carefully than I did, and they're more round. I made more like not round ones, but yeah, they're fried cornbread. The inside of it looks like this, but they are fried like a donut. I cut one in half earlier, and they're and they're crispy on the outside. These ones have green onions in them. They don't have to. All right, there we go. Let's just toss those around a little bit. My fryer came unplugged, so they're taking a little longer than they should. You've never tasted it. Is it very sweet? It's not sweet at all. There's no sugar in it at all. It's a savory, like dinner type side dish. Not a dessert. So no, not sweet at all. Just flour. Dried corn flour and flour. Onions. Yeah, it's interesting how many people have come in and asked about the hush puppies. I guess I didn't have a lot of exposure to them even growing up in California. I don't know that I necessarily would have known what they were. Coming east for school. So I technically live in the South. My area is not like my area is not particularly like Southern, but it is technically in the South. And so when I came here for college, it was kind of my first exposure to hush puppies and barbecue, basically, at least Southern style barbecue. And so yeah, so it's a Southern U.S. thing, specifically regionally, like important in the southern part of the U.S. culinarily speaking. Yeah. See, and I mean, of course, if you're not in the US, you're never going to have heard of this. Even growing up in the US, I hadn't really had a lot of exposure to it until, until much later in life, until I lived somewhere where they were kind of a common feature. But yeah, they're fried and not sweet. All right, let's actually unplug this on purpose. Let's put, I just need to get this out of the way so that I can cut the ribs. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go. Like I said, I used to do these in the Instant Pot, and so I'm a little concerned that these are not going to be as tender as the Instant Pot ones. It kind of feels like they should take longer to cook than they did. So this is a half rack of baby back pork ribs. I don't know much about the cut either, unfortunately. Wait, what did I do with the, here they are. Okay, so they are cooked. The question is, how tender are they? I'm a little bit scared that I'm really going to miss my Instant Pot making these in the oven. But let's see how it goes. I'm going to cut 3 for Grog. Does that look like enough for you, hon? Or do you want more? 3's good? Okay. Plates. Jane says, I don't know that I've ever had one, but I do know what they are. Grog says they're definitely an eastern southern U.S. thing, particularly paired with barbecue and seafood. How many of these do you want? 3, 4? I'll give him 4. And then some additional barbecue sauce on top. Boop, 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 boo. And there we go. That is going to be husband's dinner. So I am going to set this down briefly and ring the dinner bell because it is in fact time to eat. I am going to deliver this to moderator and husband, and I will be right back. Welcome to the Fire Kitchen. So my username is Leah Fireheart, and so we call the kitchen the Fire Kitchen because we're silly. Grog says, long story, I'll let Leah tell it. I mean, it's not really that long a story. I mean, granted, like the first stream I ever did on this channel, I specifically did because I wanted to set something on fire, but I did that because of the username, not the other way around. And like on purpose, right? Like I flambéed it. I didn't, it wasn't like I set my kitchen on fire. And Snow just got done making dinner too. Amazing. Opting out says, one of these days I'll mention that the dinner bell isn't a bell, but today is not that day. Opting out, what is it? You just did. So what is it? Oh. And Grog is right that Leah Fireheart was the name of my first D&D character. That's true. That was why I chose the username, but actually, technically not my first D&D character. Technically, my first D&D character was a sorceress named Rebecca Cyrus, but story for another day, perhaps. Alice says it's a triangle. And now Snow is providing Fireheart in I assume Portuguese instead of Spanish. They're pretty tender. I'm gonna get barbecue sauce on my mic. This is a terrible idea. Maybe I already did. These are good. I just lost my earbud. Okay, so they're not as like fall off the bone tender as the Instant Pot ones are, but they're not tough or chewy or anything either, which is what I was worried about. So they're actually really good. I do a little bit miss my Instant Pot because that more closely replicates like an actual smoker situation, at least in terms of the texture, right? And so I feel like that the Instant Pot is better, but in the absence of a pressure cooker or a smoker, which obviously we don't have because we live in a condo and we're not allowed to smoke things outside. These are not bad. I'm impressed. This comes from a recipe development day.
For some tea?
Ash, hi. Yes, smoked tea barbecue ribs, in fact. Thank you for asking. How are you? It's good to see you. So I'm sad that I don't have a smoker, and I'm sad that the Instant Pot broke, but these are an acceptable substitute. These are an acceptable substitute. I don't think I would buy a new Instant Pot just to be able to make ribs in it. So I'd call this an acceptable experiment. Also, hi, Fighter. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Ash says, that's funny. I've blazed my way to Clara already. Wait, what? Oh, Doctor Who. Right, Doctor Who. Now I know what you're talking about. You're actually making a Doctor Who reference instead of a tea reference like most people normally are. Right. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Which we are just about winding up here, so that's good timing. So yeah, by the way, if y'all want this recipe, if you, like me, don't have a smoker, if you are sad kitchen bound people, I do have a website. The recipe for the barbecue sauce is there, the recipe for the ribs are there, and the recipe for the hush puppies are there. The hush puppies are perfect. I love these. I could eat a lot of these. In fact, I probably will eat a lot of these once we're off stream. But for now, it is past 7 o'clock, which means it's time to end stream. So, thank you so much to all of you for coming. I'm going to sit down and eat my dinner. Yay. But I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for cheering me on through the pickled cockle tasting earlier. They turned out to actually be good. Surprise, surprise. I didn't need to go through all the rigmarole with the beer, but I'm glad that I had a beer because that was nice. A nice way to end a day. And so let's go ahead and see well, actually, first of all, let's do some shout outs. For Grognard Gourmand, thank you for doing the dishes and walking the dog and doing all the things that you do around here so that I can stream in the evening. Appreciate you. Des Dabbles. You guys, holy heck. Des beat the last boss in Dark Souls 1 on, what day is it today? Tuesday. She beat on Monday. So Dark Souls 1 is done. She beat the whole game. Isn't that amazing? Heck yeah, go Des. A little command hype in chat for Des. Yeah, Des did a tremendous job. Beat Gwyn. So impressed, not at all surprised. I knew she would get there, but she did an amazing job. So congratulations to Des. And she is well on her way to beating God of War Ragnarok. So That's weird. Why didn't that work? That should work. We should check that. Very strange. Yeah, hold on. Let me do a quick remind me to fix that, because that is a thing. That should work. So we'll fix that off stream. But yeah. So congratulations to Des. And then thank you very much to Byron Mask, aka Brigitte, who has recently returned to streaming. We streamed together on Saturday, where she let me dress up like a dinosaur and eat beans on toast on her stream to fulfill the second to last of our on stream rewards for you guys hitting the heckin' $1,000 charity fundraising goal on Friday. Thank you again to all of you for that. That was amazing, and I still don't really entirely know what to say about it. But thank you. And then also, Say My Jane, thank you for hanging out with us. I know a lot of this happens during your workday, but I appreciate you being here so much. It makes me, I'm very, very grateful to know that there is someone within shouting distance when I need you. So I appreciate you being here. Also, I just heckin' like you. So thanks. What else? So I am on Instagram when it's not down, and Threads. Oops, all of my socials, I guess, are owned by Facebook. I kind of probably should fix that at some point. But Jane heckin' likes me too. Amazing. I do have Instagram and Threads, and we do have a Discord. I do post weekly announcements in the Discord about what we're going to be cooking from week to week. And then if there are any like Discord events happening, we do movie nights. We're going to be starting a new weekly feature in Discord called Backlog Bandits, where all of us come together and try to get through our game backlog. So stay tuned for that. That's something that's incoming. Sometimes we do productivity days in Discord when we have things we need to get done. We sit down and try to do them together. So all of those things happen in Discord. Blazing Man, hi, hello. Hey, no tackling. I gotta eat my food, man. I can't be on the floor. But it's really good to see you. Right. So, let's see. What else am I missing? Oh, right. So, the other thing is I will be live again on Thursday, at 10:30 a.m. Until approximately 2:30. Sometimes we end a little early, but hopefully Thursday, 10:30 to 2:30. This week, speaking of Des Dabbles, our friend Katie, aka Seabells, and our friend Des, aka Des Dabbles, are both having birthdays in the upcoming week. Des's isn't until Sunday. I think Katie's is actually on Thursday. So to say happy birthday to Des and Katie, I unilaterally decided to make English toffee. I asked them both what their favorite like cakes were, and they were two totally different things. And I was like, oh dear. So unfortunately, we're just going to be making English toffee for birthday on, actually I can turn off this oven because it's getting kind of hot in here. Okay, stop. There we go. Yeah, so it's going to be not an official, like, whole big deal birthday stream, but I did want to acknowledge the important birthdays coming up in our community. So yeah, we're going to do something that I've never done before and make English toffee. Oh, I guess we'll find out. Blazing Man says, good morning, Leah. Good to see you too. And I will tackle hug whenever I see fit. No one is safe. But, all right, fine. You have my consent. Right, so that's gonna happen Thursday, and then on Friday we are back into Hades. So we're going to be going back to hell, back to trying to escape hell. We're probably going to get whipped by Meg, and won't that be fun for us? Or at least whipped by the Bone Hydra, maybe whipped by Theseus. Ew. But anyway, so we are going to be playing Hades on Friday. In theory, I have a market on Saturday, so in theory, we're not going to be streaming or doing anything over the weekend, really. But we'll see, because it might rain and it might be canceled. So who knows? And then next week we will be launching into some of our remaining charity reward redemptions. Some of the I'm not sure which one exactly yet, but we do have a couple of outstanding streams that you guys earned by being heckin' amazing and hitting all of our charity goals. So we'll be doing some of those starting next week. Right. Okay. Let's see who we have available to raid. Give me a moment here. There were so many people on earlier, and now there's just not. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, I think I know who we're gonna raid. Okay. So I have a friend who is playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition, and I know a lot of you like that. And in fact, that is the top candidate for the game that we may play this upcoming week. Just as a little hint, I'm thinking we may do our Mass Effect Redemption on Friday, so we'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and raid N7 Steph. N7 Steph 01, who is playing Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I don't know where she is in the game, so if you are trying to avoid spoilers, I'm sorry. Sorry. But yeah, Steph has played this 100 million times. No matter where she is in the game, there's probably going to be a lot of discussion of spoilery topics. So if you are trying to avoid spoilers for this, like, 10-year-old game, I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you for that shout out for Steph. Right. So Steph is delightful, a lovely person, a very lovely, warm, engaging community, part of Spectre Status Gaming, which is an inclusive gaming community, and full of a bunch of people that I really like a lot. So yeah, let's go say hi to Steph. Thank you again, you guys, for coming to hang out with me. Thank you for your usual nonsense and shenanigans. Thank you to Dirtle for redeeming Set the Menu. That's going to be fun. Grog, please copy the raid messages if you are able and inclined. Before we go over and say hi to Steph, give me a second. Can I copy my own raid message? OBS? Can I do that? Can I do that just a little bit? Can I maybe do that? Could I potentially do that? That would be amazing. All right. Thank you, guys. See you guys again soon on Thursday at 10:30. And if not, maybe in Discord or other people's streams. And have a good night. Bye, guys.